Hello students and welcome to our fifth lesson for term 2. As of before, I'm going to be going through a few examples with you while you copy them down. So guys, this exercise is all about worded questions and constructing linear models from them. So, question 1 from page 230 says, an electrician charges a $90 call out plus $65 per hour, which is pretty standard. If you hire a tradie, when he or she arrives, it will cost you $90 just for them to arrive at your doorstep. For every hour they're there, they charge $65 per hour. So the question says, construct an equation that determines the electrician's charge, C, for a period of T hours. So basically it's saying the fee that this electrician is going to charge, well, it's his or her $90 call out fee plus however many hours they work multiplied by 65. So it tells me to use the letter C to represent how much the electrician charges, no pun intended, and T to represent time. So C equals 90 plus 65T. This is my equation. Note, this is not how we would write it. We would not write it in terms of y and x because the question tells me to use C and T. I would not use y and x. If I did that, I would lose half a mark. All right, let's look at question 4. So, a yoga ball is pumped at a rate of 40 cubic centimeters per second. Initially, there are 100 cubic centimeters of air in the ball. Construct an equation to represent the amount of air in the ball A after t seconds. So once again, we're not using x and y. So the amount of air in the ball, well, we start with 100. Whoops, let's try that again. We start with 100 and then we are getting 40 every second. So we have 100 cubic centimeters of air to start with, and for every second that we pump, we get an additional 40 cubic centimeters of air in there. So as an equation, saying A equals 100, the initial amount of air in the ball, plus 40 multiplied by number of seconds. Question B says interpret the y-intercept. So what does that mean? Well, it's basically saying, what does the y-intercept mean? So the y-intercept in this equation is 100, this figure here. So the y-intercept represents the initial amount of air in the ball, because the ball wasn't flat. It wasn't at 0, was it? The ball had 100 cubic centimeters of air in it. So that is what the y-intercept represents in this question. So, question C. How much is in the ball after 2 minutes? Well, firstly, we have to remember, guys, that this equation here is in seconds, not minutes. So firstly, I converted 2 minutes into seconds. I hope by grade 11 we're all aware that there are 120 seconds in 2 minutes. So I rewrote my equation here. Then I replaced the letter T with 120. So 40 times 120 gives me 4,800. 100 plus 4,800 is 4,900. And of course, remember, this is a worded question, so you need to give me a worded statement at the end. There are 4,900 cubic centimeters in the ball, cubic centimeters of air that is, in the ball after 2 minutes. All right, part D. Geez, they got a lot out of this question. So, the ball is fully inflated after it has 100,000 cubic centimeters of air in it. How long will this take? To the nearest minute. Well, look, students, I know this is a bit tedious. I know a lot of you want to bounce. Sorry, 2 puns in one recording. I promise that'll be the last one. So, essentially, this is saying, how long will it take to get the ball to the level where it has 100,000 cubic centimeters of air in it? Well, I'm rewriting my equation. That's the first thing I do. It wants to know when will the letter A equal 100,000. So I'm replacing the letter A with 100,000. 100,000 equals 100 plus 40t. Then I need to solve and figure out what t equals. So first I moved 100 over the other side. Look students, I was a little lazy here. I really should have written 100,000 take away 100 gives me 99,900. Anyway, then I move this 40 over the other side. What's the opposite of multiplying t by 40? Dividing by 40. 99,900 divided by 40 gives me 2,497.5. So it will take 2,497.5 seconds to fill the ball to 100,000 cubic centimeters. But the question doesn't want seconds, does it? It wants it in minutes. So I went 2,495 divided by 60, 41.625 minutes. And it does also say to the nearest minute, So I include a final worded statement there. It will take 42 minutes to fill the ball up. If anyone's a fan of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you'll appreciate that answer. Anyway, students, that's the end of these examples. Now you need to do the questions that are outlined on the OneNote, checking your answers if you need to from the work solutions also on the OneNote. I will see you for the second half of the lesson.